Hey, welcome to Friends with Davey, y'all. What's going on? Listen, e-girls and boys are taking over the world right now. So I decided, hey, let's bring on a real life e-girl to tell us what the heck is going on. And so please, everyone say hello to Isabella Sosa. What's up, Isabella? How are we doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. You look real fancy.
Oh, thank you. I just got my pearls on for you.
That's a very that's a wild necklace. I don't even know the right word. I was going to say elegant, but it's not really elegant.
No, it's quite ugly.
Yeah, where did you get that?
My Lola, my Filipino grandmother recently died.
Oh, well, now I feel really bad for calling it ugly. I just called her grandma's necklace ugly.
Yeah, you did. You did.
You could have given me a warning about that.
No, it's
anything.
fine. I wanted your honesty. I'd rather that.
Wow.
But yeah, I like it because it's not a rosary, but Catholicism is really cool and in right now. So I wear it.
Catholicism is in right now?
Oh, yeah.
I thought they've been out for a long time just because of what was happening with the little boys and stuff. No?
They don't care at all.
Wow.
The e-girls love Catholicism, actually, specifically the e-girls. So it's funny that you brought that up. Or that we were talking about that.
E-girls in particular. You know what? They do love a good, like, spiritual chat.
Yes.
E-girls are all about it.
Now, well, there's so many niches now, right? But there's this, like, if you've ever heard of the podcast Red Scare.
Red Scare?
If you know it. Well, there's like this niche internet kind of type of woman now. It's like this, you heard of trad wife. Trad wife. You've heard of trad?
Like traditional?
Yeah, traditional.
Yeah.
So like trad, it's like a trad wife is the same type. A woman who's into like trad wifer is the same type of woman who's into like Catholicism, cottage.
So like
core.
traditional wife would be like the one that wants to stay at home, be a traditional homemaker.
Yeah.
Is that like okay?
Well, because with the decline of the family in the American,
well, you know, Josh has actually a hot wife. I don't know if you're familiar with hot wives.
Oh yeah, she's a
Josh,
hot trad. She's a trad wife. She's a queen.
Yeah,
you know, she's got kids. She's doing the.
And Josh also lets
thing.
his friends, you know,
his friends what?
Hang out with her.
No, Davey, people cannot have sex with my wife.
Wow, Josh, I didn't say that. I said hang out, dude.
No, they can't.
You clearly don't know what a hot wife is.
No, but you were implying that he was a cuck. I think is what you were doing.
That's what he was doing. There was no cuckery in the Cabaza household.
None whatsoever.
Wow.
Josh doesn't even do.
Not allowed.
He doesn't even do stuff with his butt at all.
That's a little bigoted of you.
Very much so.
I feel like it kind of is. Thank you, Isabella, for saying. No one's brought that up. That it is kind of bigoted.
Why is it bigoted of me to draw my lines in the sand?
Because Josh, like you need to be more open-minded.
No, I don't.
You need to get with the times.
I'm open-minded for other people.
I think we should dress Josh up as an e-boy. I think he would. I think he would go hard as an e-boy.
I've been dressing the same way for 23
like some
years.
dangly earrings.
Yes, like one dangly cross earring.
Yeah.
Are you Catholic?
Yes.
There you go.
It would be perfect for him.
There. Perfect.
I love that.
Let's get to it. I'm ready to go to Goodwill.
Maybe e-boys wear eyeliner, don't they?
Yeah,
they wear makeup.
It's kind of like a Korean, you know, just dress Korean and you'll be an e-boy. If you're a white boy and you dress Korean, you're an e-boy.
Is that where the e movement initiated, was in Asia?
Well, you know, Asia, as an Asian, I just know that we really start everything. We start all kinds of wars.
You guys are the trailblazers.
Yes. Yes, we are. The trailblazers. We even like built the train that blazed, you know, through the trends.
Dude, like from the east to the west, right? Yeah, yeah. Y'all were very responsible for that. I mean, they even say that y'all have started some, you know, global panoramas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did that too.
You did that?
You've heard of our work with that?
I'm very familiar. Big fan of your work. But you're not, how do I ask this, Josh?
You're not Chinese, you're Filipino.
Okay.
Thank God.
Thank you. Thank you, producer Josh, for clarifying that.
I have no guilt.
Yeah,
nice.
he really doesn't.
Yeah.
And by the way, y'all, producer Josh, he's in timeout this week. He does not have a camera. He was cutting to himself too much during the previous episodes. And so we banned him from being on camera for this particular episode. You can still hear his voice.
Actually, I do have a camera on me. It's in my butthole. Would you like to take a look? There it is.
Why do we have a colonoscopy camera on producer Josh?
I forgot to put a light. That's what happened.
Wow.
I forgot to put a light.
Wow. Oh, I also have to say hi to the folks that are hanging out in the chat. I saw Wendy May. David Harris is hanging out. Audrey was here, Josh. I know you get really excited anytime Audrey's in the chat, so she's here as well.
Who's Audrey?
Audrey, she is she's a really good friend of ours. Really good friend of Josh's.
I feel like you're lying. I feel like you're doing a joke on Josh that I'm not cued in on.
He's saying that I'm attracted to her. I've never met her in real life.
You actually have met her in real life?
I've met her in real life. She's a very nice person.
She is.
She frequents the
yeah, she's frequently on the live stream on the podcast. That's right.
Hey,
yeah.
Audrey.
We all love Audrey, David, Wendy. Nuri is usually here. I actually ran into Dr. Tim the other day, Josh, by the way. Little Dr. Tim update. He had a little legal incident. I'm just going to put it that way. And that's why
DUI?
he hasn't been on the live stream lately.
Was he got drunk and drove?
Josh, I'm not going to expose Dr. Tim, like what he did specifically.
Do I have to look him up on the registry?
I mean, you probably could do that. I don't know if I don't know if it would be under his Dr. Tim name or if you'd have to know his legal name. But anyway, yeah, that's where Dr. Tim has been. But I'm just glad he's okay.
Yeah.
I saw him at a show the other week, and I was just really happy.
I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah.
But if he was drunk driving, then he needs to pay for that, and he'll have some karma coming to him.
Wow. Yeah. Isabella's a hard nose about it.
She's Catholic.
I'm Catholic.
Are you part of the Mothers Against Drunk Driving?
Oh.
Did you say trans Catholic?
Yeah, like if you're a Protestant, you become a Catholic.
Oh, I thought that was something completely different.
No, I don't think you're allowed to be trans in Catholic.
In Catholicism?
Yeah, I don't know if they.
I don't even know what the rules are on that.
The Bible's kind of weird. I feel like maybe there is something in there that says, ye shall be what they.
Thou shalt not.
Yeah.
Chop thine parts off.
I don't know. It might
that's
go
not
the other
true.
way.
No circumcision.
Oh, that's a really good point.
That's extremely.
Circumcision's a weird. I don't even want to get into that because I just learned a whole lot about circumcision that I didn't want to know. I went down this rabbit hole.
The sucking.
Yeah, with the moil. Ooh,
yeah.
so gross, dude.
It's a time-honored tradition in the Jewish faith.
Yeah, I think that one needs to be updated,
Just
quite
like
honestly.
A little baby people.
Okay, that is getting really problematic.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's what's happened. It happens with the traditional moils in the Jewish culture. Yeah, they use their mouth when they're doing the circumcision
to stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
to stop the bleeding. I'll send you some
they suck the blood out.
Yeah,
I don't even think
the
it's
incision.
I think they just kind of lick it. I don't think they're sucking so much as they're just licking.
Right. There's not really much to suck.
I wish y'all could see Josh's face right now, but once again, he is in timeout.
Why did I not know this?
You're gonna go down the same rabbit hole I did, and you're gonna be disturbed.
I can't Google it.
Yeah, don't. You
just
don't.
like imagine like you have a cough drop, and then like instead of just like licking the cough, you're just like pulling it in and out of your mouth. Like that's.
And we're mad at freaking Dalai Lama. Come on.
Oh, I know the whole tongue sucking incident. Yeah, that does seem.
Well, it was his tongue though.
That's a good point. Yeah, the moil's not sucking his own. He is licking someone else's.
Yeah.
For safety
so to speak.
purposes,
Yeah.
Because, modern medicine just can't handle healing that wound without a little saliva.
Yeah, you got to get a little rabbi spit on there to really heal it the right way.
Have to.
Wait, let's go back to, I don't like this topic. Let's go back to e-boys and e-girls. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of different genres, if you will, of e-girl and e-boy. What would you, how do you identify in this culture?
Experience.
As an experience? Mm-hmm. So like, you just kind of go with whatever flow you feel like. Is it more like a character for you, or
To get real. Now you know I'm real because I'm taking the glasses off.
Okay.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Isabella. I'm back. So like I think e-girl is something that came along because young people are hot and they want to express on the internet. For me, I just happen to be like a lifelong performer. And I just use like whatever platforms available to me. But it's obviously evolved, and now I do sort of play a character online. I didn't
you got really popular during the lockdown, let's call it. Mm-hmm. You got really popular for a few of your kind of like a social commentary type video series that you were doing, and that went super, super viral. And you're sponsored now. You've got a bunch of different sponsors. That's really cool. You're constantly doing these photo shoots. I don't know. Do you have a photographer, or do you just do all of that on your own?
Oh, yeah. No. It's so embarrassing when people will comment, who took this photo? It's like, I did, with a tripod in a parking lot. Like,
I have no friends.
Yeah, and I looked at the photos for like 6 hours before posting them because, you stare at a photo of yourself long enough and it becomes alien to you. And I have like the worst imposter syndrome in the world, to get real about it, which is why if you look at my accounts, I like rarely post. And now with me trying to get back into comedy, that's what I love. I love the live stuff. And I've said this before, before I did TikTok, I was on Vine. Before that, I was doing like weird artsy photography on Instagram. So I've always used the internet as like a way to be seen, because like I wasn't
develop a fan base. It's a platform.
Yeah. So it's hard because now when sometimes people get on the internet to gain an audience on the internet, which is great, but I feel like this stuff that I'm doing online is kind of like a stepping stone for the other things I want to do. But it's hard because for those other things, for example, comedy and stuff, or like podcasts, I now need to utilize the platform to promote this life because I have, or this career, whatever I'm doing now.
Right.
Because I have all these followers, but all these followers are used to this certain kind of content. And there's people who are saying like, you have to make a new Instagram for this, you know, just your comedy stuff. But it's like, what? I'm going to waste all these followers and, you know.
All that hard work that you've done building up your platform.
Right.
No, I don't think you necessarily need to start a new account.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think you just have to, you still have to throw the algorithm what it likes, right? What your
Exactly.
followers expect.
Exactly.
But then at the same time, you can throw some new stuff in there.
Yeah.
And just see if it hits.
Yeah.
You know, and gradually bring on some folks that are looking for that kind of content. And you
Right.
build both of them up.
And also like using my clout to like gain, like I use everything available to me to in stand up. For example, like me being a woman. Like if you are like, I have all dudes on my show, like, yes, give me, like I will use being a woman, you know.
Oh, that is,
having
you know,
clout,
that's a good one,
like,
Josh. I mean, we don't have enough female comics, at least not here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So even if you're not even if you're not all that funny,
Really? Did you ask all the comics how they identify? Did you ask them?
Yeah, Davey.
Okay,
I'm not a woman. I'm an experience. I already told you I identify as
you're a
that.
failien,
Yeah.
a fairy alien.
That sounded like you said I was a failure, and that
It
really
did.
hurt my feelings.
I'm not a tiger mom. I'm not trying to do that at all.
My mom is white, so I have none of the discipline that Asian women should have.
Your mom's white?
Yeah.
Wait, okay,
yeah.
so is your dad Filipino?
Yes. My
So where does
mom-
the last name Sosa come from?
My father, Filipino.
Is Sosa a Filipino name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Philippines were invaded by Spain.
Oh.
Yes. Like, you
And
know,
now they're Mexican.
exactly. And
Kind
now
of
we're
like
Mexican.
Mexico. Yeah, kind of like the
Mexico.
Aztecs. Yeah, it was the wow. Those Spaniards were prolific.
Oh, just fucking, you know, just
Just out there
jizzing
pillaging.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
everywhere.
The people from England wanted to dominate, and then the Spanish were like, we'll just have sex
We
with
just want to
everybody.
procreate. We don't want to dominate. We just want to procreate.
Yeah.
That's all we want to
We'll
do.
just put all of us and all of them.
We're just trying to bone.
yeah.
And
I mean,
they're over-
I identify with
Except
it.
except with Indian people. That was the only people they didn't.
You know what? That's a really good
Get
point,
with.
Josh.
Yeah.
They're like, they got enough going on.
Well, I think.
They got enough spices.
Well, yeah, they got some weird blankets. That's
Yeah.
that's a big part of my family history is Native American, so I can say that about the smallpox blankets because it's true.
All right, Elizabeth Warren over here.
Oh, come on, Josh. I have genealogy to support this.
What percentage?
Me?
Yeah.
Mrs. Warren is a true native of the
It's
tribe.
less than
I don't know which
20%.
tribe.
Huh?
It's less than 20%, but I could have you know, applied to
Well, that's a lot.
school
That's a lot.
and used that as like clout.
Yeah. No, I hate
Racial
being,
clout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got racial clout.
Being white and Asian is the worst in terms of affirmative action.
Really?
Because affirmative action, you know, makes it harder for, well, some might say it doesn't, but it makes it harder for, you know, like white students or Asian students who traditionally score higher on tests and get into colleges. It makes it harder for them to, you know, the standard for them to get into these schools is
You're saying
is
Asians
higher.
are smarter than everyone else? Is that?
Yeah, I think everybody knows that. Duh.
That's just a foregone conclusion.
We're good at math.
I mean, y'all had
small
like
dicks.
kind of a big year. Y'all had a pretty big year, like what, a year ago? Like with the whole Stop Asian Hate thing?
Oh yeah, we got a hashtag out of that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing. Which is so funny because like it was during the time, and I have jokes about this, and this is just real. Like this is just real, and any Asian person who's being honest will tell you this. But it was around the time Black Lives Matter came out, and then Stop Asian Hate was around the same time because everybody was getting mad at Asians for the pandy. You know, our work, whatever. But just kidding. I'm Filipino, not Chinese.
Sorry, I'm so good at this.
But like, and yeah, young people, all young people, like my dad, for example, like his generation, they're not like my dad went to Sam Houston High School, which if you know is like predominantly black school. So there's no
it?
racism. But
Sam Houston is?
Yeah, Sam
Well, it's
Houston.
not a historically black college, is it?
No. High school, not historically. Like in San Antonio. Sam Houston High
gotcha.
School. Sorry, I
Sorry,
might have
my
said
bad.
state. I might have.
Yeah.
No,
I
Sam
think you
Houston
said the right
State is like one of my sisters went there. Super white. Yeah, it's like in Bryan, Texas or something. But anyway, and during that time there was even like hashtags or signs that were like yellow peril for Black Lives Matter, you know, like the solidarity between the Asian community and the black community. But like my Asian grandparents or like that generation, like not pretty racist,
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, damn, we got a hashtag like
Interesting.
during Black Lives Matter.
Well, I thought Asian women in particular were very fond of African American men.
Oh yeah. No,
Right?
I think like nowadays everyone's like pretty assimilated. Obviously, racism exists in every generation, right? And amongst all types of.
I'm saying like
people,
Asian
all
women have a
walks of life,
preference for that.
but yes, I think.
What do you mean for that?
For
what's that?
dating African American men.
Maybe
For
in
dating those people.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
That is not what I meant, Josh. You were trying to lure me into something.
Well, it's funny you say
It's
that.
rude.
Because I thought the stereotype was that like bodacious white women like black guys, but because white girls, it's like a thing that like white girls or Asian girls date white dudes. But I don't know. I guess like have you heard of Asian baby girls? That's actually a type of e-girl kind of Asian baby girls.
Asian baby girls?
ABGs.
No. That
So Asian
sounds
baby
creepy, actually. That sounds like it could be potentially problematic. Can you
Yes.
explain this?
Well, in the sense that like maybe saying daddy is problematic, but like Asian baby girl is like a type of Asian girl who basically, wears, kind of like a lot of makeup and has the traditional thing or the stereotype is always like a floral half sleeve tattoo. And they're
Okay.
always drinking boba tea and they like,
Oh, okay.
they like to club and party and they're just like basically hot girls that are Asian and they call them Asian baby girls. So
Interesting.
That's just like a type.
There's
I wouldn't.
so many different
yeah.
niches that I was unaware
Oh,
of.
yeah. I would not see. Some people might think like, oh, Isabella Sosa is an Asian baby girl because she's got tattoos. Like, no, I'm just Asian and I'm a girl.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at your Instagram, I mean, there's not a theme per se. You're dressing up as all different kinds of stuff, right?
yeah.
What's your, well, actually,
Identity problems.
Identity problems, yeah. The imposter syndrome, it's coming back, right?
Oh, always. It never went away.
I do want to get into some of that, like what your favorite type of content to make is.
Okay.
But I was curious about one thing. So I'm 39, right? And I grew up during, kind of like the emo era. Like that was my thing, right?
Yep.
And looking at e-boys and e-girls today, they remind me a lot of like just the scene kids and the emo boys from way back, from like the early 2000s.
Like this?
Late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, exactly. Is that you?
That's me dressing up as a scene queen.
Oh, wow. Can you put that up to the camera?
Yeah, can you
Josh,
see
can the
that?
camera see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic.
I did like a scene queen.
When was this? Was this recent?
Yeah, this was like in 2021 maybe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because okay, so what you're saying is like the scene kids, when I was 13, 12, 11, I wanted to be seen so bad. Well, seen in the
With
sense
the
of like,
teased hair and the swoopy. Yeah.
Yes. And I would watch these like YouTube tutorials. I was listening to like, Dance, Gavin, Dance, Never Shout, Never.
Oh, love a good
Pierce
Dance, Gavin,
the
Dance.
Veil, Mayday Parade. Like I was super into that really young. I even made a MySpace and like I wasn't supposed to. And like my picture is like me going like,
Oh,
and it
yeah, the
says, like,
RAR XD, right?
And
Yeah,
it's
of
literally
course.
the caption says like, rar, it's my teddy dog. Because I was like holding a stuffed animal and like biting it. Remember that was like a thing to like, like be, like
And everything
neon.
was named Bob.
Yeah.
People
Oh,
are-
yeah.
Yeah.
People are asking, what's your IG?
My IG?
Oh, we'll tag at the end
Yeah.
of the episode.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But they have to stick around to get that information.
You got quite a few people in here if you want to.
Oh, well, if there's relevant comments that we need to address, Josh, please let me know and we'll get into it. So
Audrey says she's a fellow former scene kid.
You're right.
oh, nice. I did not know that about Audrey. Sweet. I used to wear I wore girl pants before they had tight jeans for men.
Hell yeah.
Used to do that. Used to wear a little
DIY'd it.
guy liner.
Hell yeah.
I wore nail polish, but only on my left hand because that's what I used on the fretboard for the guitar, right? That's what you got to do. It's a big thing.
Also, it's hard to like paint your right hand. Like that's just something that girls do over and over.
Oh,
again.
interesting.
It's, you know what I mean? Like it makes sense.
Well,
to
we
me.
did it messed up on purpose.
Right.
You know,
Just
like we
a
didn't
Sharpie
we didn't want it to look good. We wanted
Right.
guy nail polish, at least in my day, we wanted it to look like splattered on
True.
almost.
You don't want like a shellac.
Wendy May
finish.
says Davey. Mia says hi and that she's really pretty.
Oh, I think she's saying that Isabella's really pretty, right? And hello, Mia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
But yeah.
that so what is the difference?
Okay, this is good. So I have a unique take on this because of that experience of me being so young and wanting to be a scene girl, but I wasn't old enough to do it. Like all the coolest kids were like 16 to 18, right? And like they were like there was like the wolf pack, and it was like the cool scene kids would go to the mall, and like my mom would never let me go to the mall. And
Hot
like
Topic
Hot
was
Topic,
huge
I
back
couldn't
then,
like
yeah.
afford Hot Topic. So like I remember making like checkerboard like actually this kind of went into me learning how to sew. Is like I turned all my jeans into skinny jeans like with the sewing machine because that was
Really?
like cool and hot. And like yeah, I would try to like tease my hair and like wear eyeliner and try to like wash it off before I got home. So I wasn't old enough to like be actually like going to cool scene parties like emo music nights and shit, but I wanted to so badly. So when I finally got the internet, I already had this like arsenal of how to be what is now I guess an e-girl, but what was a scene girl? Because like scene girls, it was all about like taking your pics, like, you know, doing the makeup, doing the hair, putting on the costume, if you will.
Right.
Being in the niche and then like taking pics, listening to certain types of music, like hanging out with certain types of guys and people, being into certain things. So like that nichery, if you will, transfers over to like my generation being into like e-girl stuff. So I was too young to be a scene girl, which is why like me creating that look was like so good.
So you
I
think
was like,
the e-boys and girls are just like replicating what they saw their like older siblings doing, like when they were younger, maybe like they're just trying to bring it back because they enjoyed that culture so much, but never really got to participate in it, maybe?
Yeah, or like that's like my story specifically, but I think maybe not recreating, but kind of like evolving that same thing that people started doing. Because, you know, the internet wasn't like, I don't know what would have been before that in terms of like the MySpace. Obviously, MySpace had so many various like cultures.
Oh, before
and shit,
like MySpace and Facebook, you had to like take pictures with a digital camera.
Yeah, which you would
right?
still do for MySpace, you know, and then upload them.
Yeah,
but like,
exactly.
where would you post? You know what I mean? There's nowhere to really post them before.
And even before that, you'd have to take actual film pictures, scan those in, and then email them to your, you know, your internet, your AOL Messenger crush.
And then before that, you had to like stand for a portrait for like 13 hours and then like get someone to come.
Well, now we're talking about like the early 1900s, right?
Right. That was crazy. That was such a like what a hard process. So much easier now.
Although, you know, because like retro photos and that sort of retro video is so or vintage, I guess it really is so popular right now. I wouldn't be surprised if someone like did a whole photo shoot using that old school methodology.
Oh yeah, no, that's like
a full blown explosion to take a picture.
Yeah. No, when I was like 14, I got one of those Instax cameras, and like I was like, now I have an iPhone and I'm spending $10 for 10 pictures to take because like the iPhone isn't doing it for me. It is kind of like cyclical in that way where you're right. Digital camera shit is so hot now. Like I take a lot of photos on my like digital camera from when I was like 12 that I still have. And it's like low quality. You have the little date on the corner, but that's like cool. And like, ooh, she's vintage.
Yeah, it's vintage. It's retro, right? Yeah, I was on the road with one of my buddies, and his full-time videographer that travels with him everywhere, right? And he does all the video and takes pictures and creates the content, right? He had like an old school film. Like, remember those flat cameras with the flash in the front?
Yes.
He was taking pictures of us with that, which was wild to me, but they turned out so cool looking too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess really e-boys and e-girls are pretty much the exact same as the emo kids and the scene kids.
Right.
Right?
I mean,
Maybe
they
just
fall
a little
under the
more
same
evolved.
category. Yeah, and even now, some people think e-girl means exclusively like OnlyFans or something. Like I recently posted something. I had like the e-girl eyebrows, which if you don't know, like I had like half my eyebrow shaved because when I would do my makeup, it was like my face without makeup on looked absolutely insane. Now I'm like starting to move away from wearing makeup and stuff just because it's like literally so much fucking work. But I'm like growing them out, and I put on my story like growing out the e-girl eyebrows is a rite of passage.
Wait, what do you mean you shaved half your eyebrow?
Well,
like,
you know, okay, so your eyebrow, what happens is here's the makeup tutorial from Ms. Amazing. So your eyebrow, you know, goes like this, and then it goes up, and then it goes down, right?
Okay.
But the e-girl brows, you want it to look like ding, like
just
a little
flat
like,
across?
a little like ting. Yeah, it's very much like, you know, some people say e-girl makeup. Actually, my friend Jack Stoltman, I was asking him like if he thinks that like this type of makeup on a white girl is like Asian fishing, and he's like, well, like e-girl makeup is just white girls trying to look like Asian girls, but then the Asian girl e-girl makeup is just Asian girls trying to look like white girls. You know, these like,
a lot of the
eyes.
e-girl makeup is like, yeah, they do like the almond-shaped eyes or whatever, but they also do like freckles. I feel like
the
Asian women
freckles.
they don't really have freckles, do they?
Exactly. That's why like all those makeup trends, like the freckles and stuff, is like whiteness. So like the Asian girls do that, but
Trying to look white,
Right.
and then the white girls do
are
it
doing-
trying to look Asian.
Yeah, like following those makeup tutorials, and it kind of makes them look Asian in that way, or like cute.
What's that quote from
kawaii.
Tropic Thunder, Josh? I'm the
never
dude
go
dressed up
full-
as a... No,
Oh.
not that one. Good God. No. I'm the dude
You never go full Asian?
playing
Is
a
that what you're
dude playing another dude or whatever it was,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
And I'm not saying like I don't think all girl makeup is just like Asian fishing or like because like in 2014, 15, this is just makeup history for you. But like I remember the like kawaii makeup tutorials that would come out. It was all about like the straight eyebrow, and now that straight eyebrow has kind of evolved into like the e-girl eyebrow. Or now
Well, I feel like big bushy eyebrows are kind of popular right now too,
yeah,
right?
and that's like the
Not
model
an e-girl.
brow.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
That's like
yeah.
the model. That's what I'm trying to grow my eyebrows out because like they look absolutely insane.
Yeah, I do see like I thought it was just
like see them all growing out right here?
down there. Okay.
Because
okay.
my natural eyebrows are like huge.
So you basically just shaved off the bottom half of your eyebrow?
like okay, well I would tweeze all this in the way that like normal people would, but then the
Okay.
end, so like the arch where it goes up and then down, you want to like anything that goes down, you shave that off.
Oh,
And then
wow,
you like just
okay.
draw it kind of like up.
See,
and now
everyone
you'll
thinks,
notice it. In
everyone
photos.
thinks my eyebrow is like I do that on purpose.
gorgeous brows.
And I don't. Like I got punched in the face wearing sunglasses and one of the shards cut me
God,
and it
that-
just gave me like the
The
perfect scar, dude.
coolest. I would have thought it was like a. That's the thing too. Is like the little you can if you
Little
shave off half
notches?
your eyebrow, yeah, you can just like draw the tail and then like make a line. You know what I mean? Without having to
Oh,
shave
without
it.
actually having to do I don't even
Right.
know how you do that. I've seen some people like do tape and stuff just to like
Yeah.
get the notch in their eyebrow or whatever. And I think obviously
Concealer.
I never did anything that intense.
Except drugs.
Well, Josh, I was saying like the eyeliner and the nail polish.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously the drug part was pretty
A little more
intense.
extreme.
Yeah, I mean, but that wasn't a fashion statement necessarily, unless you count needles, which that doesn't count either. I saw.
A couple of things. Audrey also made checkerboard pants.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
And then
checkerboard
she
pants.
put
Yeah.
vampire freaks, exclamation point.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a genre too. Remember the kids
It's
that
back
would
too.
they would
Vampires
like
back.
do dots on their neck,
Oh yeah. No.
right during the Twilight thing.
And it's coming. I mean, you're right. And a lot of the trends. I'm going to show you a thing right now. I just did like a vampire thing with my friend who's obsessed with vampires.
Land Fam says she has freckles.
Oh wow.
See,
Well, her name's Lon.
My sister.
First of all, Josh.
Yeah,
Lon fam.
Lon.
Yeah.
My sister's actually I just forgot about this. We're half white, but my sister, who's Filipino, half white and Filipino, she has like beautiful freckles that she like covers up with makeup, and so she's like gotta draw them back on. And also just to the point of like the makeup, right? The shaving of the eyebrow. It's because every time you are presenting yourself on the internet, you're gonna like do this you're kind of like putting on a costume every time. So the shaving of the brows and like for like extensions, like when I don't have anything in, I am not like the girl I am online. You know what I mean? Like makeup, hair, blah 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 blah. Or now I'm like,
Well, that's because you're
transitioning,
playing a
but-
character.
Right,
You know,
right.
it's kind of like the anime accounts, right? They
Yeah.
dress up as all different kinds of characters
It's like
every
cosplaying.
time. Yeah, you're cosplaying essentially, but
as the person you are online.
as different
Yeah.
types of scene kids, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like vampires are back. I'm trying to find the video of like I just did
Did you
this
do like a
film.
whole photo shoot?
Yes, like photo shoot, and then we made like a short film too, because my friend Raina in New York, we're in an
Way to
art
go, Raina.
collective,
Yeah.
Crush Kiss, you guys, and she's a filmmaker and a writer. She's awesome.
Oh, nice.
And I'm trying to find it. It's like this like vampire. Oh, here it is. Here, this is me like doing the blood.
Oh wow, look at that.
You know what I mean? Like it's just
You're like a vampire bride in
Yeah,
that pic?
so-
Can you hold that up to the camera?
Yeah, I'm trying to like. This was just the video of me like
Look at that.
putting it all on.
Can you see that, Josh?
Not really.
Not really?
Here, let me
Oh, that's
wait
too
till it
bad.
loads. But yeah, vampires are back. Like cameras are back. The aughts in general. Even it's like the e-girl brow is actually the e-girl makeup is kind of going out because this like '90s thing is back. Remember like the sperm brows and the or like like the really skinny Pam Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Brows.
Yeah, I know exactly
Here we
what you're
go.
talking about actually.
Is the
Oh, look at
vampire
that.
thing on here?
Can you see
Oh, no,
can
it's not on there.
Can you see that, Josh? Is it in focus?
That's just me. Like that was when we were doing. That's our pre-production. That was just me going into hair and makeup because we
Yeah.
did the DIY.
That's
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's pretty, and I did it. I like made that with like eyeshadow.
I mean,
and chocolate
vampires
syrup.
were they got so pop because I was obsessed with
Hot, so
vampires. In I guess it would have been like the late 90s, early 2000s. I even had a leather jacket that had like undead printed across the back of it that I painted myself. But then Twilight came out and just ruined it because now everyone's obsessed with vampires and I don't
Right.
seem edgy and cool and unique anymore. I was upset.
Yeah.
I do
It
not
was-
like that.
And then like Wolfpack happened too. But then Twilight also
Oh
kind of
yeah,
messed
they
with
were wearing like
Wolfpack, too.
the bushy tail
The
butt
tails.
plugs.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
so they just have, you don't have to put the butt plug. You could just have like a tail that attached to your pants. But I'm glad that you're familiar with, that's probably what you had.
I thought it was all.
No, some people can clip it to their belt or something.
Yeah, you can just clip it to your belt.
Huh.
you
This
know.
whole time I thought it was something completely different.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I saw those kids in the mall and I was like, that's weird.
That's
I don't want
weird.
to do that.
How did they like? They're actually no, it's not about. They're wolves. They're actually wolves, Davey. So you're gonna need to respect their identity as wolves. There's no butt plug. The tail grew out of their body because they're part wolf.
That's just so strange to me.
Actually,
I
remember-
don't get that one. I don't get it.
It was such a dramatic thing because, like, remember the Wolfpack kids? Like, I was zoned for Marshall High School, so maybe this is just super niche to my area of San Antonio, Texas. But there was like this news story because one of the Wolfpack kids.
Yeah, don't say the word. Don't say the word.
No. I don't know what you're gonna say, but
okay.
like he had, they had found like animal skulls or something like in his home, and like it was, which is nowadays the stuff that you see on the news every day is like 30 times worse than that. But it was like, oh, the Wolfpack kids are actually dangerous and scary and are like going into the woods.
So
and howling.
one of the things that happened, and this was actually it. I didn't know the person that it happened to, but it was a friend of a friend, right? And it was one of the Wolfpack kids actually committed. Unalived themselves. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
They unalived themselves, and then one of their friends, they had a pact together, and they also unalived themselves. And they were both like Wolfpack kids.
Was it because they were like freaks and weird?
I don't know why they did it. They just did. But I mean,
So the pack wasn't really like, they weren't really a pack. Like why didn't they like lift each other up and support each other in those tumultuous times?
well, now you're the one that's being kind of bigoted about the wolf people.
I'm just saying they should be more close if they're going to call themselves a pack.
Well, I mean, they did have the pact where they both did the thing, right? So I mean, that's pretty loyal.
That is, I take back everything I've said. If you're in the wolf pack and you haven't, I don't know if you're part of
Unalived
the
yourself,
tribe.
or at least tried.
I'm
know?
not saying you should, but
You got to at least try. Well,
I've tried. Everybody's tried it once, right?
Here's the other interesting thing about like the culture, right? Is all the old music is coming back now too. Like
Yeah.
for
You heard me listening to "Don't Trust a Hoe" on the way in. The
I did not
303
hear
song.
that, but 303, that's a banger. That is a banger.
303 made such good music. Bro.
Well,
You got to play that.
I played a song by the band Hot Mulligan for Josh. Are you familiar with Hot Mulligan? Amazing band. I think they started like around 2014, but they're just now getting really popular. Like they released a couple new songs like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I played one of them for Josh, and Josh just hated it.
It sounds like old school punky or what?
No, it's like old. It's like
emo.
Northwestern, like Michigan emo.
Midwest pop punk. Midwest pop punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
it's
shit. The
so
story so
good.
far. I love like
Yes.
Mom Jeans. I love Joyce Manor.
Well, Mom Jeans is even Joyce Manor's really good, but they're
Yeah.
California. But Mom
like,
Jeans
that
is old
sound-
too.
Yeah, Mom Jeans has been around. All like the what's
But
the
all
other
that
one?
stuff is coming back now.
sings,
And that was the kind of music. It was the kind of music
yeah.
that I listened to when I was like late teens,
Yeah.
early 20s.
Well, even do you know 100 Gex?
No.
So 100 Gex is like a young person meme like band kind of. They made like hyperpop. They have that song Money Machine. Wait, I played 100 Gex for you last time.
Yeah.
Bangers. But
Did he like that? Did you like 100 Get? No. See, Josh doesn't like anything
Okay,
other than,
but-
you know what he loves? You know what he absolutely loves is Lil Wayne. He's a
I
huge
love
Lil Wayne fan.
I'm Young Money Cash Money Billionaire.
Boom. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it, Josh. I'm just
Love
saying, like,
Lil Wayne.
you know, kind of like with the whole thing about the butt stuff, like expand your consciousness. Listen, try new things.
I listened. I tried the
Wait,
butt
did you-
stuff.
did you
It
hear-
didn't-
You didn't.
Okay.
You never tried the butt stuff. That's a
you?
lie.
I did. It didn't work.
What do you mean it didn't work?
Didn't work for
You liked
me.
it too much.
You said
He held
no.
back.
You know, he's changing the story right now,
I'm
Isabella,
not.
and I think
He
he's
is.
doing it to try to impress you.
We have this recorded.
Is
I know.
that
I've
he?
said, I've said it on many podcasts. What I did. It's very embarrassing.
And what did you do?
I was 19 years old. I tried it. It
Your
didn't-
frontal lobe wasn't even developed.
What do you mean
understand.
you tried it? Specifically, what did you try?
Okay, you're gonna get demonetized, but I'll tell you.
No, just censor yourself, Josh.
Okay, so I opened up the whatever,
Okay.
and then I
How did
got
you opened it up?
with my thumb.
Your brown
and-
flower?
and my. I
whispering
opened up her, not my
What?
brown flower, her brown flower.
Oh, her brown. Okay.
And then I got a thing of KY, and I like ketchup, and I went, and I squirted it in there,
Oh, dude.
and then
Yeah.
and then
Why did you do that?
Actually, I think
I'm
he
19.
did tell me this story
Yeah.
I think you did, but
And I kept
I'm
telling her
talking
to
about like
relax,
you.
And she was like, I can't relax. I'm like, relax.
Yeah, you just like lubed all the extra poo poo in her.
yeah. That's basically what I did.
But Josh, I'm saying like you've never let anyone experiment with your butt.
Correct.
And see, that's where I'm saying
Why
you
do I
have
have
to
to-
just kind of
That's what we're
broaden your
talking-
horizon.
Why do I have to do that?
What if you love it? What if it's like your thing? What if you this whole time you've just been so closed off to it?
I'm pretty sure I'd like heroin too, but I don't want to. All right.
You would. You actually would
Yeah,
love it.
exactly.
Speaking from firsthand experience,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Just saying. Well, also it's kind of exciting though. You know, I had a friend. He was like probably like 65, and he had never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in his life, and it was like a thing. He was
Oh,
like,
I thought you were going to go a completely
No, no,
different
no.
direction with
Well,
that. I'm so glad this is about PB and J's and not
In this-
still about anal with your 65-year-old friend. Good God. All right.
No,
so he
just
tried a
regular
PB and J.
he had never had a PB and J. It's like it was like a moment. It was like a point of pride for him. He's like, I'm never going to. But also, it's kind of exciting that like maybe if he got bored in his life, he could be like 70 and be like, I'm gonna have my first peanut butter and jelly. So you know, you can hold off these days
Until you're 70, Josh,
It's
yeah.
yeah, or just
Once
you
it's
know.
real loose.
I've had a finger in my butt. What are you talking about?
Wait, you just changing the story.
You see, that's what I'm talking about with Josh.
Pathological
he always
liars
changes the
around
story.
It
me.
was a medical procedure.
Oh no,
And I
no,
got-
that doesn't count. That wasn't for. If you did, you
he
like
finished.
it? Did you? Did it feel? Did something?
I hardly
That
felt
environment
anything.
is too sterile.
I hardly felt
Because
anything.
it's so loose down there.
I guess
Oh.
one finger was nothing to me.
It's like, Doc, you can get like
Interesting.
3 more up in there if you
Probably
need to.
could've.
Yeah. If you
Probably
want to do a
could've.
really thorough check, feel free to put your whole hand in there.
Yeah.
And then he said it was abnormal, and I was like, "What's abnormal?" He's like, "You know how to say it." He's like, "The outside's a little abnormal," and I was
The
like,
outside?
"Yeah." I was like, "Huh?
What kind of deformed beehole do you have, Josh?
I don't know."
Could you show us?
Oh, no, I don't want to see that. I don't ever want to see that.
Yeah, me either. That was a joke, you guys.
It looked like crackhead lips, I guess.
Like just all dry and crusty and
Like you rubbed like a
weird
yogurt
white
pretzel down
residue
there.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross, dude.
It was the dried.
I go, "What's my prescription?" He gave me chapstick. I was like, "Thank you."
He was like, here's a tub of Vaseline.
Here you
Just
go.
smear this all over it.
You'll be fine.
Well, just ask your wife to do the thing you did with the KY. You know,
And pull
kind of mimic that.
Now, Isabella, since we're on the subject,
Yes,
we might
yes,
as well.
yes.
Is
Oh,
it
God.
true? There's like a stereotype that Asian women are really into the backdoor stuff.
Oh,
Don't act like this is shocking you or you've never heard this before.
I've never heard that in my life. That's disgusting. Yeah, I've heard that.
I've never heard that in my life. Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, you know, just like, you know, you've heard of the stereotype of like the Asians have like a sideways.
Yes. Hoo-ha.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm only half Asian, so mine's like diagonal.
Oh, nice. That's got to be a fun experience.
Yeah. So sometimes the placement, you just don't, you know, Asian women are so small. And I think Asian women are just so polite. They
a
just
slip
kind of.
you're talking about.
Yeah, they're so polite. You're not gonna say anything. So you're just like, okay, like I'll do. They're just very simple. So maybe that's like, I think over time that became a stereotype. But
I thought the
personally,
stereotype was purple. That it's purple.
What, Josh? No.
yeah, that's also.
That it looks
yeah.
like dog gums or something. Mm-hmm.
Their butt?
No.
Oh, the other thing? No, that's not true at all.
I didn't find that in my,
I mean,
escapades.
who are you talking to about this?
My friend, who's Asian. That's why.
Have you ever been with an Asian woman?
Myself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I was gonna say because it is kind of true.
I don't
But-
think it's true. Maybe it's
But not
something
for me.
specific for Filipinas.
No,
No.
not for me because I'm half white, so I have like a very
Korean.
different thing. going on.
Korean, Josh.
Yes.
But
Interesting.
personally, I think everyone's a little bit different, you know? Like everyone, yeah, you know, you got a little bit of this.
Everyone's unique down there,
Yeah,
right?
Some Chinese food is like Sichuan, and some
Yeah.
Chinese food is like Americanized. Some Chinese food is half white and Filipino.
Some Chinese food looks like a busted out.
Yeah,
little
roast
thing down
beef
there.
The
sandwich.
only
Yeah.
one the only type of Asian I wasn't able to achieve.
Yeah.
Because I had a little thing.
Why did you say it like that? Achieve.
Conquer?
Well,
you were
that's
trying to
Conquer. That's
conquest?
very, very traumatic for my people.
You were fetishizing
I look-
Asian
I wish
women.
I had a camera on me. I look very Spanish. So that's just, it's in my blood.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
Conquer.
That's your culture. So
He
I have
does
to
have to
respect
go
that.
in
I
there
have to
and,
I
as we
appreciate
said,
it.
procreate.
But
Yeah.
you know what? Japanese, could never pull a Japanese girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Nope.
Never.
Never, not once.
Very fast.
That's interesting.
Filipino, Vietnamese, Korean, Chinese, but not.
Did you ask
Well, you know,
them,
the Japanese
like,
have high standards.
when you were
guess so.
when you were nice,
But no.
nice.
No, Japanese though love Mexican culture. Yeah.
You know what? That's true. There's actually a lot of Japanese people in South America and even Hawaii. A lot of Japanese
I
folks
like
in
that
Hawaii.
you said Hawaii. You correct. Wow,
Yeah, well, you know,
beautiful.
I've been there quite a few times.
Yeah. Oh.
Just the once actually. But at any
Okay.
rate, you're right about that, Josh. And there's nothing funny.
Quite a few times. Once.
Just the one. Well, it was kind of like I was
Yeah.
calling back to her. But anyways, so hearing an Asian person speak Spanish, but with an Asian accent,
it's Spanish with
It's
pings and
Filipino.
pongs.
it's hilarious.
Have you? I mean, Tagalog, the Filipino language, is basically that. It sounds. It's very Spanish for. So to say like, "How are you?" in Spanish, "Cómo estás?" To say "How are you?" in Tagalog, or like a greeting is "Cómo está?" "Cómo está?" Sounds very similar, right?
Yeah, kind of truncated and
But we have a lot of other, like for example, there's a very common like rice dish that's called puto.
okay.
So like,
Is that,
if you go to-
are we gonna get in trouble for that one, Josh?
Oh, it's a good dish.
It is
actually-
delightful.
yeah. So there's a little bit of a mix there, but that's funny. Yeah. And
I cook my wing. My roommate was half Filipino, half black,
Yeah.
and so he would cook egg rolls.
I told you about
it's called
Filipino
lumpia.
women.
Lumpia is a Filipino egg roll.
Yeah, and his grandma cooked for us. It was dope. But I always cook my wings the way
His
he used to
Lola.
cook his wings with steamed rice.
Oh, okay.
And then my whole family, we don't get a fork. We all eat it with our hands.
Yes, that's so
Yeah.
Filipino of you.
Well,
to
hang
eat
on.
with your hand.
Lumpia, that's also like a Hawaiian dish too.
Is okay. There's different.
It's big in
types.
Hawaii also.
Yes, there's like the long lumpia, Shanghai lumpia, and Hawaii. You know, Hawaii is.
How
very
long
close
is
to
your
the
lumpia,
Philippines.
Josh?
17.5.
Centimeters? That's where you're gonna go with it.
8.5, I like that. He was like, we have the calculation.
Everybody knows what they are. Stop doing inches, fellas. Do centimeters. It makes no
It
sense.
sounds so much more impressive.
It does.
I don't even remember what we were. We were talking about just
Oh, Asian girls.
kind of some of the stuff that you've been through as an influencer. I did, I'm always curious.
Okay.
Right. I've had a couple different influencers on the Friends with Davey podcast, and one of the questions that I like to ask is, the weirdest requests that you get, because I know you've got to
Feet
get them.
pics.
Feet pics are the weirdest ones.
Yeah, actually, I have one time. This is before I was an e-girl, actually, and it's funny that I'm going to say this. One time, this guy, he was like, "I'll send you $200 if you just send me one picture of your foot on Twitter," and I was like, "Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." So I just Googled a photo of my foot, of a foot, and I sent the picture, and then he like blocked me and deleted me. So I was like, "Good thing I didn't like send a picture of my foot." But I was like,
Wait, did he pay you?
"No, he didn't pay me. He like blocked me."
You
and
got to
deleted me.
get the bag
So I was like,
before you.
I know. I was like, thank God. Thank God. No. This is actually, no, you're right. You're right. I remember I was like, send me 50 right now and then I'll send you.
Oh, the
one.
down payment.
So I remember the thing was, I was like, I still got money from like sending someone else, like a picture of someone else's foot, which I thought was.
Do you
fun.
think he knew
That's
it was
wild.
somebody else's foot?
No, I don't. I think he's just a stupid simp.
He
But then
got-
he also
yeah.
like tried to get away with it. I was like, you just gave me $50 for like someone else's picture.
A Google
and this
image,
was before,
yeah.
This was probably like in 20.
That's
like,
smart. That's why. I mean,
16.
if like Josh, if someone asked for feet pics
Hold on.
from
How
you,
old were you in 2016?
18.
Okay.
if someone asked for your feet pics, Josh, I mean, would you actually send them your real foot, or would
How
you
much?
send $200? $200.
I mean, for a picture of a foot.
Yeah. I'll send him a
Hell
picture
yeah.
of my foot.
Your real foot?
Yeah, I showed a guy a picture of my foot at the Tiger on
For
stage.
how much?
For
For
free.
free. I said.
You better send him an invoice.
I said,
Josh.
what I told him was, I go, my wife wants to start selling foot pics, but I need to know if she has pretty feet. I think she does, but I'm biased. Would you like to see?
Wait, you showed him a picture of your wife's
I
foot?
showed a picture of my foot. It was right when that chair fell on my toe and popped off my nail.
Oh yeah.
And so I showed him that, and
How about
it
an
almost
invoice?
looks like my toe severed.
Well, and you also have extremely flat feet, which is gross.
yeah.
I mean, that's not gross. It's just how it was made. But
No, it's pretty gross.
I have hair on my feet. I have a hair on my big toe.
everybody has hair.
Just
on their
one?
toes.
On
Do you
all
like
of
pluck
them.
it out, or?
No, I shave it
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like everyone does that. I feel like
don't.
that's pretty common.
like a little hobbit.
I don't shave my.
And that's the only like weird request that you've gotten is just feet pic.
I
That
guess-
I mean, that's pretty standard.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. I think I mean, people
being Asian, I can't imagine the kind of weirdos that pop up in your DMs.
A lot. I mean, I'm trying to think because a lot of times I won't check. I mean, there are people I could like. There's this one guy on Instagram, and he's probably watching right now, and I've never interacted. And every single day, he'll send me like 4 videos, 4 messages. Like he just is like, I guess he just has a rotation, and I've never responded. He just like there are really
videos of what? Just like
no, like he'll like share reels with me.
Okay, good.
Actually, there's multiple people that do this. Actually, there's more than one guy, but there's one guy who's been doing it for like years, years. And there's one guy, and I know it's him because he has. And honestly, I shouldn't be talking about him because he's gonna get excited. But and I don't know his like real name. He's like a young guy. He's been following me since Vine, so before I was even like the how popular I am now. And he has this certain way of like typing, and he puts all these like emojis, and he does his edits, his photos a certain way, like deep fried. And I always know it's him because he leaves like the weirdest comments. And I've blocked him so many times. Like he has made so many accounts. And I have to think, like, is he only doing this because because of me? It just seems like a weird waste of time.
Well, I mean, one of our friends, she was on the podcast a while back, Stephanie Cavender.
Okay.
Steffi Soares Flex.
Okay.
Very popular influencer. And she talks about how she has been battling one particular stalker for years.
Yeah.
And I mean, he goes crazy about it too.
He like knows
hundreds of accounts that he's created on multiple platforms just to be able to essentially harass her.
Right. And that's, and luckily, like, I really, like, if I see him now, I haven't, I'll see him in my comments, and I don't block him anymore because he doesn't annoy me anymore. But, and there's just like so many messages and comments. Like,
I'm just so freaking popular,
like,
guys.
Obviously, people, and now I'm just so desensitized to it. Like, I think I remember the foot pick story because it was before I even like had a huge platform, and it was like something that I actually interacted with. But yeah, I'm sure if I check my messages right now, there'd be like the most insane.
Oh yeah, if you went to the requests.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's like
that's where it gets really weird.
I can.
Oh, you want to look at the requests real quick?
I can look. If y'all want to chat, I can see.
While she's getting that pulled up, Josh, I'm gonna go ahead and let you in on something. And I already kind of told Isabella that we were going to try this.
Okay.
So we are going, at the end of this episode, we're going to try the Sprite challenge.
Nice.
And I know we're getting pretty close. Isabella and I are both going to try the Sprite challenge with Sprite Zero. Isabella, you've never done the Sprite challenge before, right?
I'm scared.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it a bunch of times.
You'll be the second female to go up against him.
Yeah.
I told you I don't identify as a female. I identify as an experience.
I'm experiencing a female right now.
What are your pronouns?
Her.
Just her? Just her. There's no singular. Okay. Anyways.
I am the singularity.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the Madison was the other lady who tried the Sprite challenge with me. She didn't even burp. No, she didn't finish the Sprite, but she never burped, which was wild.
Anticipating a vomit. So here he is. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, he's in your requests?
This just happens to be the guy. He'll say thoughtful things. He'll say like inspiring quotes.
Oh,
He'll
that's nice.
Like, listen and learn everything. He says when he wants me to learn. I get females that learn things in life and etc. Getting hardworking females, future filler. Like what this man doesn't.
I think he forgot a period there. Getting hard, period. Working female.
Yes, getting hard. That's why I was like, this is a real female. And he sent me a video of a woman on a truck unloading her own refrigerator, which I have put a washing machine onto a truck before. So
do you have to really be cognizant of your surroundings when you post so people don't know where you are?
Yeah. No, I felt really bad one time before I was even like as big as I was right now. I had a friend and I really, follow him, Cripple Bird on Instagram, love you, Martin. And he does these cool events. And I feel bad because I wanted to, he was like, share the event if you're going to come. And I was like, I want to, but if I do that and then somebody knows I'm there,
they're going to show up.
But it's also like with stand up now, I want people to show up. So it's like, come if you come see me.
Has that guy ever come to a show?
Never. And I don't think he even I don't know if he lives in Texas. Oh, I know.
Oh, see, that would irritate me so much. Like if you're going to stalk me, at least buy tickets to come to my shows.
Or like at least send me money. Like
something. Don't just be a weirdo about it.
Right. Okay. And
be a contributor, dude.
Exactly. And I don't like people, people hear that I make money. I've made all my money myself. I had to buy my own car. When I turned 18, I had to put myself through school. I had to buy my own car. Like never had help with anything, right? I pay for all my own bills. So I was like a server. I was a preschool teacher. I like had my own business. I've done so many things.
Oh, wow. I didn't know any of that about you.
Yeah. And so, and it's hard to be an influencer now and be like, I literally I started doing comedy again because I had nothing to do. Like I was like sitting at home just
trying to think of new picture ideas.
Yes, and then like never taking the pictures either. Like
no, of
just
course
going
not.
crazy in my house.
You have to have a bunch of different things going on, and a lot of times it's the other stuff that you do that inspires the new content or the jokes or whatever, right?
Exactly. It's like to be like it's not a means to like the influencing. And like I've already expressed this, is it was always the internet platforms were always ways for me to just do the stuff I wanted to do,
right?
Like perform or do comedy, whatever, and then using the platforms as that. But then when the platform became the thing, I had nothing to work with, and now I have like so many ideas. And because I think I was ruminating for so long, like going crazy in my house, which was somewhat contributed by the pandy happening, like me being home alone,
of course,
and all of my like me blowing up happening during that time was difficult. One, because it was like hard to say anything on the internet. Like for example, the video I like blew up about, like was like me kind of making fun of both sides, but obviously it was like more towards one side. So like people, like my audience is people who are like super like masks and jabs or whatever, like super into that kind of thing. Like Joy Ann Reid followed me on Twitter after that video.
No way.
And, like that's all you need. Like so it made it hard to like make jokes after that, or like I remember going through my Twitter, like because I started Twitter when I was like way too young, so I remember like going through and searching words like that might get me canceled, and like deleting all those tweets like from when I was like young. Like
Josh, did I even tell you about this?
13.
I don't even know if I told you, Josh. I actually was retweeted recently by I can't remember her last name, but her first name is Juanita, and she was actually one of the people that accused Bill Clinton of graping her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She retweeted one of my
good for
videos
you.
about Biden, and that was
Nuria feels like
big deal.
She's been scolded.
Scolded?
Yeah, that she contributes
to what?
To your monetization of YouTube by watching.
Oh yeah, no. Nuria's super cool. No. Nuria, I don't consider Nuria a stalker
says,
by any stretch.
She should have an Amazon, not the stalker part, about the not supporting.
Oh no, no, she's very supportive. She shares my she comments on my stuff. No, Nuria, you're great.
Or being a fan is great. Like if you're a fan of what I do, then that's great. And but I'm just saying, like these creeps who are like, I wanted to know. I'm like, okay,
that's more what I was talking about. Like if you're gonna be a weirdo and just say creepy stuff to me, like the people when I did the Buc-ee's video that were sending me pictures of their beeholes. I don't need to see that. But if you're gonna send me a picture of your beehole, at least come to a show and be supportive.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. And
that's all.
To my point is like I've never, or this is what I was gonna say. People, they hear I make money off of or like I'm like I just make money off of influencing, which is weird because I also like barely influence. I'm bad at my job, I guess. But people are always like, oh, OnlyFans, and also because I like the bimbo chic. Like I really like
bimbo chic,
hyper femininity. That's nice. Bimbo core. That's coming back too. Bimbo core, which some people say has to do with the regression of masculinity. There's like all these all these think pieces of it
because dudes are being such simps now. I was just telling Josh that he's got to quit being a simp about his wife earlier today.
Yeah. Well, about your wife, you should always simp for your wife.
No, I disagree.
I think that's very
Got to keep them on their toes, boys. Come on.
No simping. What are you talking about?
And that's why he has a wife and you don't.
That's because that's a choice that I made. I do not need to give it. No, you don't applaud that, Josh. No. Are you done?
Where's your family, Davey? Where's your beautiful wife and kids?
I could have them.
Shouldn't you have like 7? As a man, you should have. How old are you? You should have 17 kids by now. Look at Nick Cannon.
I don't even want like more than 2 if I had any at all. I need you to chill. You know what? We're gonna move on to the Sprite challenge. Is what we're gonna do.
Oh wait, let me just finish what I'm saying.
Finish your thought, please.
People always think I'm doing.
Sorry, I didn't realize bullying was part of your little presentation here.
Yeah, I'm a bully. What about it?
Being cyberbullied on my own live stream, Josh.
You should cry about it. I think you should cry about it. I think you should start crying.
Like a simp.
But I never do OnlyFans. One, because like my father specifically asked me, don't ever do, and I wouldn't. And also like that's not like if it was just about the money, of course I could actually I was just hanging out with a stripper and like yes, you can make so much money as a beautiful woman. You can make so much money so easily. Like I have a friend who strips in San Antonio. Does like works 2 nights a month. Like I need to pay some bills. Let me just go in and I'll have all my money for the.
The spicy dancers are cleaning up on both on stage, but also like as you mentioned, only friends is what I call it.
Only friends.
You can do. You know what? You know what I think you'd be good at. And you're
here we go.
It's a very specific type though. Aggressive ASMR. Have you heard of it?
Absolutely, I have fucking heard about that shit.
Every single time we have a female guest, Josh has to dive deep on the ASMR stuff.
Do you hear?
Yes, it is
That she's
really
doing it right
disturbing.
there. That's the new style of ASMR.
That right there?
Yes.
Oh, that is just assaulting my ears right now. It sounds like it
Like
sounds
macaroni in a pot.
sounds like a corn video in fast forward.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like. I hate that.
That's probably why it got so popular.
I hate it. Oh my God. You know what? Did you have anything else to say about your presentation?
That's
Isabella?
it. All is that I would never do, you know, and like just because I look like this and I could doesn't mean, or people just assume that. I'm like, if you watch my videos, like I'm obviously a hilarious comedic writer. Like my TikToks are all like bits that I would have done in a stand-up way, but just kind of like integrated them into TikToks. I mean, I'm very intentional. The look is intentional. When I first started doing comedy, if you remember, I was wearing like New Balances, cool graphic tee, hoodie, like doing like the cool girl Brooklyn comic. Like I'm cool. I'm like one of the dudes. And now I'm like, fuck that. Like the only other like women who are like dressing as hyper feminine, like sexy, are like trans women, literally, because they're like,
oh, that's a good
being
point.
super hyper feminine. So, well, and obviously like, I'm not the only person doing bimbo core or
Not
wouldn't be a
necessarily
thing, but, like,
stand-up comics.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. Yeah.
And I think like this mixed with like, you know, the way I write or the ideas I have and the things I say, it's kind of juxtaposed because people see me and they're like, oh, who's this dumb like bitch because she's so hot? You know, she must be stupid.
You think that's what people say about you when they see you?
Yeah, or they're like,
Ooh, I bet she's so dumb because she's so hot.
Yeah, I bet she's so stupid. But which like yeah, but what about it?
Also, yes.
Yeah, so
Okay, we're gonna do the Sprite challenge. We're doing it. Okay, here's the thing. We're going to do the Sprite challenge with Sprite Zero because I can't do the sugar content anymore, Josh.
Why?
It started.
Are you diabetic?
It started making me worried about how it was going to affect my health
You got
ultimately.
the diabetes?
No, of course not. A nurse did tell me I was going to get GERD.
I think I have GERD actually.
Do you think you have GERD?
Right. Okay, how many calories?
You should do
0?
penicillin will help it.
Penicillin?
GERD? When you get the GERD?
Oh, I mean, I don't have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to drink as much of this Sprite as we can, Isabella, without burping. Okay, that's the goal. Don't burp. Drink as much as you can. If you hit a point where you're just like, I can't do anymore.
Can you give her the bag, though?
Just stop. Oh yeah, I'll give you a bag just in case you have a little vomit situation.
He vomited once.
On root beer, Josh, not on Sprite though.
Yeah, it's the dark ones that get them.
The old darkies.
Whoa.
I can't say
Whoa.
that. Sorry, no. That was
No, root beer is a very traditional American. It's an American pop.
Hey, I'll edit that out, bro.
No, you won't. Okay, so Isabella,
Yeah.
Sprite Zero, you're good with this, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want you to go overboard. I don't want you to hurt yourself. So as soon as you're ready, just open it up and we'll get going. Here's the Sprite
do we do it at the same
challenge
time?
with Isabella Sosa. Ready, set, go.
Oh,
It's fizzing up a little bit. All right, here we go.
a real man would let a woman win is all I'm gonna say.
Wow. I'm not a real man, so.
I know.
I'd like to take this time to tell you about Catholicism. It's growing. You know, the kids think it's cool now. And that's because it is. You know, have you seen the Pope? Pope looks dope.
Josh, shut up. Ugh, you're really ruining the vibe right now. Oh, God.
Anyway, you can go online and find your local Catholic church nearby. If you're about to explode. Can you stop moaning?
I'm unslipping.
You okay?
She's trying to get space in her girdle.
You better. Oh, don't do that. That almost made me burp laugh. I don't want to do that. Oh, my God. Oh.
Oh, there you go. There we go.
Whoa. Why did hers come out like a machine gun?
Oh my God. Yeah,
Oh, that was like a possession. So much for her hyper femininity. What the?
excuse me.
Wait, I'm still not done with mine. I feel.
So good. Oh my God.
Oh, hang on.
Davey, that's so impressive. There's more. Oh my God, that one like propelled me out of my seat.
Oh, this
Oh my
Sprite
God.
Zero is so brutal.
It'd be
my
funny if
God.
I like just sharted. My hair blew back. My hair blew back, and it wasn't. You weren't even facing me. It like came around and blew my hair back. Oh my god!
Why was that one so spicy?
Sprite is so good. I feel like I could fry some chicken.
I don't
in
like
this.
Sprite Zero. I do not fry shrimp in it.
I feel like I could put a little fried shrimp in. Yeah, I would eat the tail.
Well, that was a Sprite challenge.
'Cause Asians eat the shrimp tails.
Sprite challenge with Isabella. You actually did not great. You didn't even
Fuck
finish
you.
half of that. You didn't even finish half the bottle.
I was saving it. I'm a frugal, resourceful woman.
That's your payment for the podcast. Is-
Yeah, yeah. Right, but when
a
you guys
Sprite
weren't looking,
Zero.
I stole a lot of equipment. So there's payment.
Now, Isabella, please tell everyone where we can find you online.
Thank you, Davey. I've thoroughly enjoyed this, and I hope that burping clip did it for you guys. You can find me at Cowgirl Sosa on every platform.
Nice.
And if you're into edgy comedy, secretly message me, and I'll give you my anonymous accounts.
Ooh,
Just
okay.
kidding.
She's got some meme accounts out there.
But you can also find me in the local San Antonio, Austin comedy scene. I'll be on some podcasts coming up. So just check out my socials. I'll be doing some shows and podcasts and
Awesome.
things of that.
Do you have any particular shows coming up that you want people to know about?
Nothing right now.
Okay.
So if you guys have any shows for me to do,
Book Isabella Sosa. She's a woman and she's funny. She should be on your show.
Yeah, I should. You really should.
Josh, what do you got coming up, man?
You can check out comedyfrequency.com every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Onslaught at Creek and Cave. That's 10 p.m. And Feed the Funny 11th anniversary coming up third Friday of this month at the Blind Tiger Comedy Club in San Antonio.
11th anniversary. That's crazy that you've been doing it that long, Josh.
Yep.
And you're not more popular. That
You
is
guys
just
are
wild
so
to me.
old. 11 years ago, I was 14.
There was a
Oh,
residual.
dang. 11 years ago, 26.
Yikes.
That's my favorite number.
Perfect. And to find all your socials, just Google Josh Cabaza.
Yep.
He'll pop. I mean, he's like right up there in the search results. It's crazy.
I'm the only person with that name in America.
Without any SEO on this guy.
There's
It's
another
crazy.
kid, but he changed his last name.
Yeah.
So,
He
Did you
changed his
bully
last
him?
name?
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, that's a
bully
good
him.
question.
He just did it on his own.
Nice. Okay. This Saturday, I'm going to be in Austin at Dark House Comedy. It's at the Alamo Draft House on Mueller. I think that show's already sold out, though.
Yeah,
I don't even
always
know if
sold
there are tickets. There's not tickets left
Probably
for that
not.
one.
It's
either.
always sold out.
Yeah, it's always sold out. That has nothing to do with me. Thank you for pointing that out, Josh. You are a cuck. And then
You could have said it was because of you. It sold out faster.
that's this Saturday, y'all. And then on Sunday, this is the one I'm really excited about. Doing a show with headliner Tori Poole at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club
I've
for
heard of her.
Mother's Day. Yeah, I'm super excited about that show. Justin Governal's hosting. I'll be featuring Tori Poole is your headliner. I know tickets are going fast for that one as well, so get yours now. That's going to be a phenomenal show. And then the only other one that I really want to mention is May 20th. We're doing our monthly show at the Blind Tiger called The Special, and we've got a fire lineup for that show. So a lot of good stuff coming up. You can follow me at Davey Jax on pretty much every platform. Some of them are with 2 X's on Jax. But also follow Friends with Davey on Instagram at Friends with Davey. And thank y'all so much for hanging out. We'll be back next week, Josh. We've got another really exciting episode next week. So be sure to tune in for that one. But thank y'all for watching. I love you so much. Have a great week. Bye.